It's Saturday, October the 18th. It is Maryland Million Day. And Empire Showcase Day. I scored in my first two picks of the day, including in the first of 15 stakes races. It was the opener at Laurel for 2-year-olds, the Maryland Million. I like number 5, Golden Years. He had broken a little bit slowly in his debut, but rated professional and finished with a quick turn of foot in his debut. I thought he looked much the best. The crowd did as well, setting off as a prohibitive 1-5. Pressed the pace to the top of the lane.
And it's Golden Years digging down to the test for Legal Punch. Golden Years finally getting away in that final furlong. They tried to test Golden Years, but they just can't touch Golden Years in the Maryland Million.
Oh yeah, double the bet on that one. I came back minutes later, in fact less than a minute later. The opener at Belmont was a maiden special for 2-year-olds. I like number 2, Tiz Quick. Tiz Quick was a best of the rest second in his debut at Saratoga behind Upstart, who came back to break his maiden and then run second in the Grade 1 Champagne. He is Breeders' Cup bound. I didn't think he broke slowly or poorly, but he settled near the back on the far turn, started to pick off horses.
Scattered Dreams is down at the rail. David Rocks, here's Tiz Quick now up to challenge. Scattered Dreams down at the rail with a 16th out. Tiz Quick takes the lead from David Rocks, and Tiz Quick will win the opener on this Empire Showcase.
Oh yeah, second winner of the day. I got my second stakes win of the day. This one was in the first stakes race at Belmont on Empire Showcase Day. I like number 2, Australinka. Get this is a pet peeve of mine with the Daily Racing Forum. Australinka is a Todd Pletcher 2-year-old, earned a 90 last time out when blasting maidens, and was at this 1-mile distance, and yet somehow the DRF line maker made him 6-1. Well, the crowd wasn't fooled as he went off at 3-5, pressed the pace to the turn.
Bullheaded Boy down at the rail, and Market Conduct. Australinka with a 4-length lead, with a 16th to the wire. Good luck, Gus, giving chase. Market Conduct on the outside. It's Australinka.
Australinka, much the best. Third winner of the day. The second at Gulfstream Park West, we were on the turf. It was a maiden claiming event. I like number 4, Delantara. Had only been out 3 times. Both for turf tries were against better. Jockey took her right to the front, backed the fractions down. Field came to her as they spun out of the far turn.
Rebreaking on the top end after soft splits and leads it now by 2. 3 Paula is there second toward the outside. MZ Dancer begins to find her best stride. Lining Ruby between horses. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. And Delantara bids this field. Delantara well rationed on the top end, and she'll make every winning off easily by 5 or 6 lengths. MZ Dancer will get up to hold second in front of Fast Air.
Delantara in the second at Gulfstream Park West. Fifth at Belmont was my best bet of the day at New York on Empire Stakes Day. And I like number 8, La Verdad. Had set just blistering fractions in the Grade 2 Gallant Bloom last time and was just caught by Artemis Agraterra, who goes into the Breeders' Cup as one of the favorites for the filly and mare sprint. Today she looked to be loose on the lead. She broke on top, faced early pressure. Was that too much? Because she'd run awfully fast last time. Willett was the second choice. He was closing up the rail.
By 3.5 lengths, Risky Rachel is second. Willett is now in third as they pass the 8th pole. It's La Verdad in front. Risky Rachel. Willett is rallying down at the rail, but there's less than a 16th to the wire. La Verdad with the lead, and La Verdad wins the Iroquois.
Oh no! Had plenty left. La Verdad in the Iroquois at Belmont Park. Best bet of the day in New York. The fourth at Keeneland, we were on the turf, maiden special weights. I went with an upset pick. I like number 4, Sky Flight. It had several things going for him, I thought. First of all, In his debut, he had the fallback game angle, which means that he was up close early, lost positions in length, and then re-rallied. That was particularly significant to me because that was at Kentucky Downs, which has an undulating course, and they run uphill to the finish line. And he did that, and he re-rallied and was a good second that day. Secondly, trainer Mark Casse is a 20% winner with his first-time LASIK runners at a 401 ROI, and he's also a 22% winner with second-time starters for him. So today, I thought he'd go off at a bit of a price. The DRF had him 10-1, but I thought he'd be less than that. Sure enough, as they approached the gate, he was 9-2. Sat between horses. Then I thought he's in perfect position. He's in between running through the stretch.
Ridge, Skyflight, Cup of Joe. That's it, I'm leaving. Then Fort Davis on the outside. And Cup of Joe and Skyflight, stride for stride, coming forward. Cub is going to run late toward the rail, but still fifth. Fort Davis runs late from the outside to third. Skyflight, the leader. Cup of Joe second. Fort Davis in third. Gav Roche to fourth. Skyflight to the winner's circle.
Oh yeah, and the final price, he floated up to 7-1, paid $16.20. Nice. The fifth at Gulfstream, maiden special weight for 2-year-olds. We were on turf. That time of year, start to look for Todd Pletcher horses, and sure enough, there was one debuting today, number 4, El Cazalia. It's listed at 10-1 by the Daily Racing Form. Well, you know you're not going to get that. Even the DRF analysis, who had him listed as his third pick, said top jockey Edgar Zayas for Todd Pletcher, debuting 2-year-old, you know you're going to take a lot of money. Instead, he wavered between 9-2 and 4-1 as they headed to the post. Thought maybe the crowd was right at dismissing him as he trailed all the way to the far turn. And then Zayas shook the reins, and man, he came a-running.
Indigita next, then it's El Cazalia, Metallique d'Or, and Susie's Pride of Paris, and they're at the top of the stretch. This is wide open here. From the inside, Tartaletta now has the lead, splitting horses is Indigita. Gabby's Kitten looks for room, and El Cazalia.
El Cazalia, Todd Pletcher at 9-2. How stupid is everyone? Cazalia at 4-1, doubled the bet, got back $50. Nice on a Pletcher first-time starter. When will the crowd ever learn? The seventh at Gulfstream was the co-featured Sellers Shiraz, number 9, Daring Cathy, looked tons the best. She rattled off 3 straight wins at Gulfstream Park in Hollandale, including the stakes win, and she recently had run back-to-back thirds in graded company. So the drop here, in spite of the layoff, into listed company just made her look tons the best. She broke right on top, right to the front.
Derek's Girl on the outside, and Dream Come True is tipped off cover to rally home, but Daring Cathy is still strong at the 8th pole. Cantaris coming up the inside, in between them Dream Come True.
Daring Cathy, wire to wire in the Sellers Shiraz. Oh, inquiry objection. No, she stays up. Double the bet on Daring Cathy. After Daring Cathy won the Sellers Shiraz at Gulfstream, my plan had been to bet Discreet Mark in the Ticonderoga at Belmont on Empire Classic Day. Now, Discreet Mark is a Grade 1 winner, and she is in a listed stakes today, but still, I only doubled the bet. Then I saw that she was Dave Lifton's best bet of the day. She was 4-5. I reread my analysis, and I'm like, she just looked tons the best to me. Sure enough, she stalked the pace into the turn, drew off handily.
They're coming for the top of the stretch, and it's Discreet Mark who comes away with the lead as One Time Only drops back. It is Discreet Mark in front. On the outside is Old Harbor. Discreet Mark in front. Old Harbor giving chase in second. Farther back, it's a Selenite and Effie Trinket. And it is Discreet Mark who's built the 4-length lead now in deep stretch. And the odds-on favorite, Discreet Mark, is going to take the Ticonderoga. Discreet Mark, the winner.
I doubled the bet, and then I doubled my own bet to make it prime time. Oh wait, inquiry and objection. Oh, but she stayed up. Yeah, almost $40. My 5th stakes win of the day. The third at Santa Anita was their feature, the California Flag. My pick had been the unbeaten 5-for-5 Red Outlaw, who looked to be the controlling speed on the inside. However, he got scratched today, so I was going to pass the race. Then I checked it out. Who was my second pick? It was number 4, Boozer. And I thought, hang on a tick. When I read Brad Free's analysis, that was his best bet of the day. Sure enough, it was. When I read the analysis, he said Boozer looked to be the controlling speed. Well, I had thought Red Outlaw would be the speed. Now he's out of the race, so that left Boozer to be all alone on the front end. When I had gone to make my first bet at Santa Anita in the second, I had been told that they weren't accepting bets yet here. So I'm like, well, you know what? I'm just going to bet all 3 of my races at Santa Anita online. So I put $10 to win on number 4, Boozer. But after I won the Ticonderoga for my 5th stakes win of the day, and I saw that there were only 4 horses in the California Flag, and Boozer was Brad Free's best, I thought, you know what? Go double the bet if they'll take my bet. Sure enough, they took my bet. So I had 20 to win on number 4, Boozer, right to the front.
Boozer goes a little wide into the turn. Tamarando's on the outside. Heat Flash on the grandstand side. And Super Ability, any one of the 4 can win it. But it's Boozer kicking on now. And Boozer coming on. Gateway's actually opening up on them. And it's Boozer going clear now to lead it by 2, 3 lengths and striding over. Very impressive winner in the California Flag. It's Boozer and Raphael.
That was his 3rd win down the hill. All important to have experience winning down the hill. That was my 6th stakes win on the day and my 10th win overall. Man, I'm having a good day. The 10th at Belmont was the last stakes race of the day at Belmont on their Empire Classic Day. It was the Hudson Handicap. I like number 7, Moonlight Sun. Looked to be the controlling speed to me. He was listed at 6-1 by Daily Racing Form, and I thought, he'll probably go off at a shorter price than that, but no, he went off at 5-1. Coming off a bit of a layoff, but he had back-to-back bullet works, Joel Rosario on him. Sure enough, right to the front.
Captain Sirius, Moonlight Song holding the lead. Captain Sirius on the extreme outside. West Hills Giant is coming on with big business as they come down for the wire. It is Moonlight Song, and he's won the Hudson Handicap. Big business got second.
Wire to wire. That's nice. Paid $12.60. Got back over $30 for my 11th win and my 7th stakes win of the day. 7. Woo! Nice day. Feature race on Maryland Million Day was the Maryland Million Classic, and it was my bet of the day. Number 3, 8 Too Fast to Catch. The field was a combined 1 for 14 at today's 9 furlongs, and this guy was 5 for 10. His last 3 speed figures at the distance, 97, 100, and 101. The rest of the field had a couple of low 90s. The only race he'd run with that kind of a figure that might lose was when he ran a 91 4 times back at this distance, and that's when he won this race last year under wraps. I thought he looked tons the best, went right to the front, set a controlled pace. Field started to make a move on him on the turn. The jockey asked for his best.
He's trying to whip up a late run in the extreme outside. They're down to the final furlong and a half. Into the stretch at Laurel Park. 8 Too Fast to Catch and Forest Voice going to work in that final furlong with a 4-length lead. Concealed Identity is charging hard into second, but with a 16th of a mile left to go. At the age of 8, he's still too fast
Oh
to
yeah,
catch.
wire to wire, 40 to win. That is my 12th stakes win, 12th win overall today, and it was my 8th stakes win. What a great day. For the day, I had 12 wins from 25 selections, nearly 50%. That's 8 for 15 in stakes races. Man, it was a great day today. Loved cashing tickets. The weather was great. Last night, Kim and I went to see Annie at the Broward Center. And tomorrow's Canadian International Day at Woodbine.